Hello everyone, welcome back to today's video. Be sure to like, share, and check out the author the Hinokami as again they have done several fan favorite series on the channel. The link will be in the description down below. And with that, let's begin. Chapter 5. First Day, Reactions and First 3 Kills. Teacher POV. It was stunned silence. No one knew what to say. You could hear a pin drop if someone dropped one. Then All Might spoke up. It's scary how close Spite almost became a reality, isn't it? He said. This made everyone unfreeze and look at him. All Might had Are you telling me that the video we just saw is true? Eraserhead spoke out and yelled the last part. Even Nezu was looking at All Might because he didn't know about the rooftop meeting. Nezu knew that the kid was involved in the sludge villain but not the rooftop. All Might had informed Nezu about Izuku's past when Izuku told All Might, but hearing it from Izuku was much worse. All Might looked over to Nezu and then the rest of the staff who were all staring at him. Yes, I learned about the suicide baiting fact and bullying a few days ago. Also, the rooftop did happen. Though in this reality, I did meet Izuku a second time. I took him on for training where we discovered his quirk. He became my protege. That is why I was already close to Izuku before UA. I knew him 10 months before the UA exams. All Might said. Everyone was stunned. The rooftop, the bullying. Wait, the bullying. That means Bakugo is Izuku's bully. We've forced Izuku to team up with his bully who has tried to kill him at the start of the year and has more or less kept bullying him here at UA. We've watched it happen and did nothing. We're no better than the previous teachers of Izuku's. Mike said. This caused all the staff to be worried even more. All Might, I know you were able to get Izuku in my office a few times before this event, but I want him in my office at the end of this event or the day after to try to mitigate any damage this event will cause him. Hound Dog said. All Might said he would ensure Izuku was in the meeting since Izuku has been allowing him to join. All Might has been a better supporting pillar for his protege since he now knows the full truth of Izuku's past. The other teachers still didn't know how to react and were feeling guilty of not stopping Bakugo when he used his quirk. Nezu, we got to do something about Bakugo now that we know the truth. We can't let them stay near each other, and I don't know if I can keep teaching Bakugo now that I know the truth. Eraserhead said. Nezu just looked at him and turned back. We will deal with it in the end. He has improved a bit, but I agree they can't stay near each other. Though that might not be a problem at the end of this event. We don't know if Izuku plans to stay at UA at the end of this. He plans to do a lot of damage in this event, and we don't know how the other students will react to Izuku. As such, Izuku may be transferring out. Nezu said. This news shocked the teachers since they didn't want Izuku leaving. Also, Nezu said something about Izuku causing a lot of damage. What do you mean about damage? Vlad King asked. The students are not used to enemies that know them and can defeat them all. Izuku is going to be ruthless in his attacks and how he goes about getting rid of all of the hero team. He will not be clean about it. As such, the students might not like Izuku at the end of this and may outcast him. That is why we might have Izuku transfer to a different school where I would go teach to ensure I can help him. I teach here at UA because Izuku is a student here. At first, we didn't know if he would make it in, but he did, so it all worked out. All Might said. The teachers were dumbfounded once again. All Might was teaching here because his protege was here, and All Might had that much faith in Izuku passing the exams with a newly activated quirk. Hero students POV. The students don't know how to react. Everyone was in stunned silence just like the teachers were. Bakugo was frozen. His entire past actions were thrown out into the open by a simple video. And it was also shown outside to all of the other students. This also meant that the teachers have seen the video since they can see everything in the city. Soon the hero students unfroze and everyone looked at him. Was that video true? Did you really do all of that? Asked Uraraka. Everyone wanted to know. However, Bakugo being Bakugo told everyone it was none of their business. It's our business. You shouldn't even be in a hero school with the stuff you've done, stated Gyro. Everyone was yelling at Bakugo. Kirishima attempted to defend his friend a bit, saying we don't even have confirmation of the video being true. Look, Spite even claimed something large about All Might himself. How can we believe such bold claims? Also, if he really did what Spite said, then how is he in a hero school? UA would have found out about it. We need to focus on capturing Spite and we can end this game. Remember, this is a game to win and Spite is winning by dividing us, Kirishima said. Soon everyone calmed down a bit, but the distrust was put in place already. The trust in the group has now been fractured and wouldn't be repaired so easily. People still wanted to know if it was true, but they had spent 1 hour arguing over it already and got nowhere. We need to do patrols for Spite. We need to find him and end this soon. Everyone split into teams and set out on patrol. Half of us will stay here and guard the base while the other half will go out and patrol the city. Bakugo yelled out. He didn't even break people into any teams really, as people just broke off into groups and they left. One team had 3 people in it. This team was made up of Shoji, Kota, and Sato. They decided to patrol the north side of the city. What they didn't know is that Spite still had his drones following them the entire time. Izuku POV. Well, I'm disappointed in the students' reactions. I thought I could make them all break apart in that one go, but they still maintain some form of leadership. I guess I will get moving and aim to kill some heroes. As I got dressed in my villain outfit, I noticed on the drones that Shoji, Kota, and Sato were all heading towards the part of the city where I am at. The nearest team that is out on patrol is currently 5+ minutes away from them. Shoji is one of my first targets to kill as well. After about 5 minutes I got changed and geared up. I have 2 guns on me with ammo since I don't want them knowing about my other explosives currently or my grenades or my sniper. Once I get the long range, hearing people out, the sniper will be far more useful. I moved on to the current path of the 3 heroes and waited. About 3 minutes later they got close to my location until Shoji stopped them. They pointed in my direction and I knew he found me. They approached slowly to make sure it wasn't just a random student that is in this event. As they got closer I powered up OFA at 25% and jumped out. "Hello, heroes. Please die for me," I said as I pulled the trigger and landed a hit on Kota's chest right above the heart. Sato then radios in the fact that I was here and requested backup. Currently, the closest hero is 8 minutes out. I quickly pocketed my gun and charged Shoji and threw him into the building, causing it to fall and him landing inside the building. Civilian robots start to run away from the site as I then turned to Sato as he just finished charging up. We both landed punches against each other's fists, but I swept across the ground with my foot, knocking him down. I heard Shoji getting up and I turned around and charged him. I got behind him and pulled the kill knife that makes red marks across people and made a mark across his throat, killing him. Both him and Kota couldn't move anymore since Snipe came across their earpieces and told them that they had died. Sato was starting to get up, but I made my way over to him quickly. I told All Might and Nezu I would use physiological torture, and I planned to hold true to that. I kicked Sato's leg out from him again since I powered up to 30% and bounded his arms with some rope I had. I soon bounded his feet as well. "Sorry, hero, but I need to send a message to the others, so you won't die just this moment," I said in a cold tone which made him pale a bit. I grabbed some more rope and tied him to a pole. I had him hanging up by his feet in the air with his head towards the ground. I then moved away into an alley and waited for their support to show up. According to the drones, the closest hero team that would arrive would be Anjiro, Mainta, and Kaminari. None of them could catch up to me after this, so I was safe. 4 minutes later, with the next team being 3 minutes away, came Anjiro, Mainta, and Kaminari. They saw the scene that I left them and froze. They noticed that Sato was still in the game but was hanging from the rope. Kaminari moved to untie him, but Sato yelled that it was a trap. Well, he's not wrong, I thought. I came on the roof edge and Sato yelled out my position. I had already pulled my gun and took my shot after Sato yelled. I landed several hits directly to Sato's chest, which would knock him out of the game. I knew this because whenever I killed someone, Snipe would also confirm it for me as well. All 3 of the new arrivals just screamed since I had shot Sato right in front of them. I turned around and ran off in a direction that had a clear opening according to my drones. Anjiro attempted to give chase, but I was too fast with OFA and I got away. Hero students POV. After Spite had left the site, the other team had arrived and more heroes arrived. They saw that 3 of their teammates had already died. Soon ectoplasm clones arrived to escort them off the site, and press students were all screaming at the hero students, asking what happened and how could the heroes get killed by one killer. "What are you heroes doing? This villain has bombed a building, killing hundreds of civilians, and now you heroes are dying as well. Are we safe in this city?" yelled one reporter. The police robots were trying to keep everyone back. Bakugo soon arrived and he was pissed. Everyone was trying to get an answer out of the second team that arrived, but they were stunned silent. Then Minda started to speak. "Spite, hey, we received the backup request and we came. We found Shoji and Kota already dead, but Sato was. He was tied to the pole by his feet. Kaminari moved to get him down since he was still in the game, but he yelled out it was a trap. We were too late as Spite appeared on the roof behind us. Hey, shot Sato right in front of us and then ran off. We had to watch Sato get shot and killed off," Minda said while pale. "Fuck, damn it, Deku," Bakugo yelled out. Soon ectoplasm clones arrived and took the killed students away from the city. Bakugo told everyone to get ready to move back to the base. However, a taxi pulled up near them as they started to make their way down the road back to the agency. "Did anyone call for a taxi?" Minda asked as he noticed the car. Everyone said they didn't, and then boom, the taxi exploded. It sent them all falling down on the ground. Some of the hero students were screaming as their hearing went silent due to the explosion being so close. What everyone didn't realize was that Kiwaro and Minda were both closer to the car, which explosives had paint in them. This caused them to be painted red. "What happened?" people were saying as they all got their bearings. "Minda, Kurorio. They got hit by the bomb in the taxi," yelled out Kendo. Everyone looked over and saw they had a large amount of red on them. Everyone froze, thinking it was real blood. However, soon 2 ectoplasm clones arrived to get the 2 students. He told them that they were Kia due to the car bomb. Snipe couldn't tell them because their earpieces in Minta and Curorio broke, but assured the students that the red wasn't blood but paint in the bomb. The teacher took the 2 students away, leaving everyone stunned. Soon police and fire robots arrived to put the car fire out. Reporters gathered again and started yelling about how the heroes were failing and getting killed left and right. Everyone back to the damn base now before the damn DEKU blows another bomb on us. Bakugo yelled. He was pissed about the bombs. He already lost 5 members of his team on the first day. Everyone started to make their way back to the base but didn't notice that Spite was on the buildings above them. Most of the ranged hearing people were still suffering from the bomb, as such they couldn't alert everyone to him being there. Spite, however, had no plans to attack at that moment and let the heroes return to their base. Teacher POV. The teachers watched as Spite waited for the hero team to get close because they had to confirm it was him before calling it in due to the other students in the event. Then the teachers watched as Spite just destroyed the first team. They saw him take Kota out in the first shot and throw Shoji into a building. Ouch, said some teachers. Then Spite fought Sato for a bit before finishing Shoji off when he got up with a knife to the throat. Damn, the kid moves quickly with his weapons, Snipe said. The other staff agreed since Spite was killing the heroes quickly and cleanly. He had already taken 2 students out when he decided to tie Sato to a pole upside down. Why is he doing that? Asked Power Loader. The other staff agreed since it didn't provide him any benefit. It's illogical of him to leave Sato alive. Eraserhead said. No, it's not. Nezu countered. This made the staff confused. They started to ask why, but the other team arrived and Sato yelled out it was a trap. Then they saw Spite kill Sato off in front of the other team and run away. Spite is using physiological torture in this event. He broke the trust in the hero leadership with the video. Then he is attacking their minds and morale to fight since they have to watch their teammates die in this event. Spite is being brutal and effective, Nezu said. The staff then understood. If they had to watch someone die right in front of them, their morale would weaken as well, since they would be focused on if they could have done something different and would start blaming themselves. Then Spite called in and told them that he was going to explode a taxi near the hero team. Snipe approved it and Nezu made sure the car wouldn't get close enough to cause actual damage, but the paint would still hit if any student were enough close when Spite set it off. They watched the taxi bomb go off and saw that 2 students had been taken out. Snipe attempted to call them but noticed their earpieces got destroyed and knocked out. He told Ectoplasm to get his clones there quickly and informed them that those 2 were out since he couldn't. They watched as the hero team made their way back to their base quicker, but also noticed Spite above them. They wondered if he would attack again, but he didn't. Soon Spite broke off and went back to his base. Chapter 6, Second Day, Bombs, Death, and a Trap. Third POV. Everything was silent for the early day. The sun hasn't risen up yet either. However, evil does not come to an end just because it's an early time. As such, we can see Spite running across the buildings and getting ready for his next act. Nezu, you there? Spite called over his comms to the teacher. Yes, we are here, Izuku. What is it? Nezu asked. I'm blowing Site D&E bombs. Approve please, Spite asked. Soon Nezu gave Spite the approval and Spite set off the bombs. Hero student POV. The few students that were on watch during the early morning felt the city shake several times. For the love of God, did Spite blow more buildings up? Ashido yelled. Gyro went and started to wake everyone up to get out on the sites of the explosions. Soon everyone was awake and in their outfits. Have 2 teams go to each side of the explosions and have teams patrolling the area around them to see if Spite is still in the area. Bakugo yelled out. Soon everyone was moving and the teams came upon more burning buildings. At one burning building, several students from Class 1B arrived and started to work with the fire and police robots on reducing civilian robots at the fire. However, no one really had the quirks to help put the fire out and could only watch the fire burn. The students on site were Shishida, Shota, Tsunotori, Tsuburaba, Tetsu, and Takage. These students were just stuck outside for the most part and helping the robots, as they had to listen to the robots inside scream for help. While they were working, they didn't realize that Spite had shown up and taken some of the civilian robots hostage. He had placed a bomb between them all. Hello, heroes. Don't call for backup or else I blow the civilians up, yelled Spite. Every single hero student looked over and saw that Spite had a bomb with around a dozen civilians being held hostage. They didn't know what to do. If they attempted to move and go for him, he would kill the robots that they were meant to save. What do you want, Spite? Also, let the hostages go, Shishida yelled out. I'm willing to make a trade. 2 heroes for all the hostages. I want them to come with me, Spite stated. This left the heroes dumbfounded. I will even allow you all to figure out who comes with me. So please choose quickly or else bye-bye civilians, Spite yelled. Again, the hero students didn't know what to do. Their hands were tied. They were whispering among each other and trying to figure out what to do since it appeared like a no-win situation. If they tried to reach for their communication devices to call for help, the bomb would go off. If they attempted to reach for Spite, the bomb goes off. Soon though Takich and Shota volunteered to go since the others could have a chance to fight Spite in their opinion. Only if they knew how wrong they were. Tie the hands of Shota and Takich up and then you two step forward near me. Any other moves will mean the hostages die, Spite stated. Soon, their teammates tied their hands and they walked forward to Spite. However, they didn't know that Spite wasn't taking prisoners. The moment the two heroes got in front of Spite, he powered up his quirk to move fast and pulled his gun. Bang bang, everyone froze. Sorry, I don't take prisoners, Spite said as he triggered the bomb, killing the civilians. You only sacrificed 2 of your friends for nothing, heroes, Spite said with venom in his voice as he charged the remaining heroes. Spite kept his gun out as he started to shoot at the heroes. He landed a shot on Tsunotori in the chest but got his gun knocked out of his hand by Tetsu. Spite was left with Tetsu, Tsuburaba, and Shishida to fight. Shishida called in for backup and told them that Spite was at their burning building. Spite knew the closest team was 2 minutes away and he needed to work fast, so he grabbed Tetsu's arm and threw him across the parking lot at Tsuburaba. The moment he did this, he powered up to 40% of OFA and quickly appeared in front of Shishida, who was surprised since no one has seen Spite move that fast in training. Spite soon landed a knee to Shishida's stomach and pulled out his knife and dragged it up the hero's spine. Snipe called over and called everyone one but Tsuburaba out. Snipe also said that Shishida's wound wasn't straight away fatal but would have left the hero paralyzed and bleeding out. Snipe said Recovery Girl is the one that called him out. This left Tetsu and Tsuburaba. However, the backup was arriving in the distance, so Spite decided to fall back. The backup team consisted of Lita, Uraraka, and Asui. The moment they arrived, they were shocked at the number of deaths. They saw that only Tetsu and Tsuburaba were left and started to ask them what happened. The students from Wano were shocked at what their friend was doing. Spite was being brutal and ruthless. Soon other teams that were patrolling the area came in. The other teams stayed doing their patrol because of other building was still being worked on. Teacher POV. Everyone was woken up by Nezusa and Spite was making some moves in the early morning. Dang, this kid is not laying off the hero team, 13 said as everyone watched the buildings burn. Soon though they were shocked at what Spite did. He just put them in a lose-lose situation. Regardless of what they do, they are going to end up with dead people. This right here is a lesson on you can't save everyone. 13 spoke again. 13 was proven right when 2 heroes gave themselves up for the hostages and Spite killed the 2 heroes and the hostages. Brutal but a real possibility in life, Eraserhead said. They watched Spite fight the remaining heroes as he took out another hero student. Cole Shishida out Snipe. The way Spite did the attack with his quirk on would have gone right through the spine and destroyed too much. In real life, he would be paralyzed and bleeding to death. If medical help arrived, he could live but would never walk again, so he is out, Recovery Girl stated. This made some of the teachers tense since that would be more brutal on the minds of the teammates and the paralyzed hero. Spite kept fighting but pulled back when backup teams arrived. So Spite has already gone through 20% of the hero team already in a day and a quarter. Dear God, Ectoplasm said as his clones arrived on site to get the dead hero students. The other teachers agreed. They all realized their mistake regarding Izuku. He was a powerful and scary person to fight long-term battles against. No one was thinking that the hero team would win anymore. They all were betting on Spite to win it all. Izuku Pav. I had to leave before finishing off the teams, which made me sad. I kind of wanted a full wipeout of that entire team, but oh well. However, what is this? As I was heading towards the other burning building, I found another team. It was Ojiro, Kaminari, and Aoyama. I took a look at my drones and could see that everyone was still in their other areas. I decided I would take this team out since the closest team to them is 3 minutes out. Even if I don't get them all, I'm wiping more heroes out. I soon started to slowly make my way closer to them. I decided to use a paint grenade on this and my gun. I pulled the trigger on the grenade and rolled it over to them with some OFA behind my roll to make sure it gets there. I got out in the open as the grenade rolled slowly near them and yelled for them. Hey heroes, looking for me, I said as stood in the road right as the grenade made it to them. Aoyama looked down and yelled grenade, but it was too late. It had gone off and Snipe called Aoyama and Kaminari out. Ajiro was still in, which made me rush towards him and fight close combat against him to prevent him from calling for backup. The sound of the grenade might attract people, but they might confuse it with the sounds from the fire, so I needed to hurry. After about 5 minutes of hand-to-hand combat, I knocked Ajiro down on the ground and used a rope to tie his feet quickly because of my speed with OFA. Now hero, don't move or you die straight away. Roll onto your back and put your hands behind your back, I stated. He gritted his teeth and complied. I decided to use Ajiro as a trap and try to get other heroes. I am glad I had some duct tape and a lot of rope requested in my supplies. I pulled some duct tape out and taped Ajiro's mouth closed. I pulled Ajiro by his tail towards an intersection that a team should come across. When I got there with Ajiro dragged behind me, I tied him up against a pole on the corner of the street. I also rigged a grenade above Ajiro that the moment they try to release him I can set it off by a wire that I have in my hand since in an alley off across the street from Ajiro's position. I've made cuts across Ajiro's body which will cause him to bleed to death if he doesn't receive medical care in the hero's base soon. As such, I kill him regardless if heroes don't come. Now I just need to wait. I can see that my drones are following a team that is coming here. The students that are coming are Gyro, Hagakure, and Yaoyorozu. The problem is going to be, is Gyro going to locate me? I will need to control my breathing and hold my breath when they start getting closer. 1 minute away I start holding my breath and controlling my breathing in hopes that Gyro doesn't pick up my heartbeat as I slow it down. The 3 of them are here and have spotted Ajiro and start moving over. They look at the top of the building to see if they can spot me, but I am in the alleyway this time around instead of the roofs. Hagakure takes her clothes off and moves to untie Ajiro. I can't see her through my eyes, but the drone has heat vision which picks her up right next to Ajiro and under the grenade. I pull the pin and a few seconds later after she takes the tapes off Ajiro's mouth and he screams that it's a trap, the grenade goes off, painting both of them with Snipe, calling them both out as dead. I then power OFA up and rush Gyro to take her out. Shit, he's here on us. Gyro calls through her comms. However, I'm already on her and lands a kick at 10% which sends her into a building shop. I then pull my gun and start shooting at Yaoyorozu, who makes a riot shield to block the bullets. I just start moving towards her as I shoot and then power OFA up to 40% and kick the ground which causes it to break. This causes her to fall back and reveal she had a taser. However, as she falls back I land several shots on her which makes her drop the shield and taser. I move up quickly to her and bash the riot shield against her head, knocking her out. Snipe then calls her out since she fell unconscious. I quickly look at my drones and see the next team will arrive in 1 minute. I quickly arrive in front of Gyro as she stumbles out of the shop and I take my knife in my hand to her throat. "Move and you die," I said in a cold tone as I grab the earphone jacks that she uses for her quirk, which is a bit painful to her. The team arriving is the one I've been avoiding for a while. It's Bakugo, Kirishima, and Zero. "Hello, hero leader. Quite a show. You have been losing hero after hero to me. Now, what are you going to do with one of your people in my hands? Do you risk her life or let me go?" I said to Bakugo as he arrived. His team and he look around and see the deaths. They also see Ajiro, who belongs to a team that hasn't called in, which confirms that Ajiro's team has been wiped out. "Holding a hostage is unmanly, bro," Kirishima said. Bakugo just looked at me pissed since I've been taking his team out. Zero is trying to look for an opening to grab Gyro, but the knife prevents that. "Deku, how about you let her go and you and I fight this out here so I can show you your place?" Bakugo snarls out. "Oh, show my place? Like how I was shown my place in that video of mine. I was always told I couldn't be a hero. So here is the result. I decided to destroy everything that you heroes hold dear," I said with venom coming off my voice. Zero and Kirishima looked a bit shocked that I brought the video up. "Wait, that video was real?" Zero asked. "Yup," I responded. This made both Zero and Kirishima look at Bakugo in disbelief. Bakugo just yelled for them to focus on the threat in front of them, which made them look back at me. Bakugo got impatient though and took a step forward, which resulted in me powering OFA up to 40% and cutting Gyro's neck and throwing her at Bakugo to stop him from coming after me. I then jumped on the roofs and ran away. I made a mad dash out of there faster than Bakugo could keep up with since he hasn't seen my new speed. Snipe soon called over and called Gyro out. It seems that Bakugo had caught Gyro but didn't apply pressure, which caused Gyro to be called out since Snipe didn't do it right away. The staff wanted to give him a chance to save her, but he didn't. And with that, I'll see you all in the next part. For those who are interested, we have a Discord down below. Be sure to aim for the stars and drink plenty of water. And take care until next we see each other again.